Welcome back, folks. It has been a while since we looked at Ethereum, so I thought we're way due to reassess the situation here. And I have to say, the longer I'm looking at this, the more bullish I'm getting. So please give me a couple minutes of your time so I can share my ideas, and then I hope that you will also share my vision about this coin. Now, I understand that a lot of you might be thinking, hey, this thing has been lagging tremendously compared to BTC, compared to some of the other alts. Why would I still be bullish on this coin? I'm going to explain you right now, not before I've asked you to like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything, and then I would say let's start diving in. This is ETH on the daily, and I spotted this huge triangle that we are making right now. It takes months for us to go through what a breakout could be very near. If I quickly lay over a volume profile, then you can see also that the holdup that we have right here is not only the trend line, but it's also the point of control, the most traded volume at approximately 2620. So it makes sense that it takes some time before eventually we're breaking out. Now, if I would pull a classic measurement and then you take the high to the low, and I do not always take the absolute beginning, but I like to be a little bit conservative, so something like this, and then you will paste it on top of this. Now, of course, it depends kind of when we are going to break out. Is it going to be now, today, or tomorrow, in a couple of days? But all in all, it would not matter that much. Then you can see that the measured move is just underneath $3,400. Now, if I'm taking that target and then paste it here, then you can see that is just above all of these highs. Well, no way in hell that we are going to reach that target and then roll over again. I think we then can eventually going to take out all of these highs and create new highs. Now, mind you, this is not the all-time high. That is here at shy of $5,000. That's that yellow line there. But at least I think we can get a further continuation, further squeeze to the upside. So that $3,400 is conservative, but I'm absolutely aiming for $4,000. And of course that will take quite some time. But yeah, I think that rolling over right when we reach the target is very unlikely. There are a couple ways you can play this. You could say I am going to enter a long once we have a daily close above this level, and I'm not going to wait for a backtest or anything. Daily close above this trend line, I am going to enter a long. Stop loss could be underneath these lows. You could also say I want to have more confirmation and I'm going to wait for a backtest, something like this, and then I'm going to enter the trade. Stop loss underneath these lows. I'm not 100% sure if you will get a backtest, so the most safe way would be get into a trade here, stop loss underneath these lows. If we get a backtest, that's fine, then you just need to wait a little bit longer, but then eventually I think we can go much higher pretty fast. That could be long number one, with or without the backtest, so that is somewhere like this. Whoop. That is then of course a major play, so keep in mind that you will be in this trade for many days, probably a couple weeks. And then I have two other more local longs. It's a bit more aggressive and you're kind of front running the idea of this breakout, but hear me out here for a second. I'm going to zoom in on the 4 hour, and we're just going to keep this very simple. We're taking a fib retracement from the absolute high to the absolute low, and then I like the idea here of the 0.5 to the golden pocket, so not the 78.6, that's too deep. What I see a lot of times in these patterns is that we eventually before the breakout retrace one more time, 0.5 golden pocket, starting off 2500 to approximately 2443, 2500 to 2443. So treat that as a zone, and you can also see that we have a lot of traffic there. So also this will take some time. If you want to play it even more conservative and you don't want to miss the move, you can also say, you know what, I'm just putting some limit orders here, and I'm just going to divide my entry in, let's say, 10 limit orders, and I'm putting the stop loss just outside of this pattern or underneath this low. You would have a stop loss of approximately 5%, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there you go, 5%, so that is relatively wide. But of course, if you would measure that from a risk reward point of view, you put your stop loss underneath here, and then we're going to that 3400 that I just mentioned. So approximately here. Then you can see this is still a 1 to 6 trade, so $100 in, $600 out, so it could still be a major move. So I know that the stop loss is relatively big, but your risk reward is still very strong. So that could be an idea that you then have limit orders there, just in case we get a dump, that you do not miss the train and that you still get some exposure of this long trade. You could even play it more aggressive than this, and then you're taking the long from this area right here. So this needs to be a very specific trade, but this could be a monstrous risk to reward. We're going down one more time. We're going to dump to the golden pocket, 2523 to 2530, 2523 to 2530, taking out this low, creating a bullish divergence into the golden pocket. That is where you enter the trade, and then you play to the upside. And of course we cannot then take out that low one more time. This needs to be then the higher low, and that's it. And then you play to the upside. If that really is the low and you get into the trade, imagine if that goes to 3400. I mean, this is a bit optimistic and it is a bit of a specific scenario, but then hold on, you would have a 1 to approximately 25, $100 in, $2,500 out. Huge risk reward if this plays out. If we get a small dump, get in there and then eventually play to the upside and just let it ride. So very aggressive long, a little bit tricky this one. Then we have a slightly less aggressive long, that is here from the macro 0.5 golden pocket, whole bunch of candles that will most likely take some time before we leave that space again. But you could try with the limit order, stop loss underneath, or you wait, the most safest option, wait for a confirmed breakout, wait for a daily candle to close above. Yeah, don't get too aggressive, wait for a daily candle close above, and then you play to the upside. Target again is at least 3400. That is the measured move, but I think we can get a squeeze much higher to approximately $4,000. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm completely cuckoo loco, or do you think that we can go much higher, or do you think this thing is not going to move anymore, this thing is dead? Please let me know, I'm very curious what you think. And when you're down there, anyways, also do me a favor by liking, subscribing, clicking on the bell, clicking all so you don't miss anything. See you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.